Well, he was sick. Curtis has been sick the entire week, so it was a gutty performance for him to even get out there. Going into today, we figured we could get 50 pitches out of him based how sick he really was. Kid was in the ER about 3 days ago. So he gave us the 50 pitches. We didn't want to push it past that. I thought based on him recovering the last 3 days, that was going to give us the best chance for him to succeed and to give our team a chance to win. So, yeah, we had to get him out after 50 pitches, and the other guys stepped up, which was nice to see.
What does that do, though, for his availability for the Pac-12 tournament? It helps you guys, right?
He was still going to go in the latter part of it. I know we're probably going to play Tuesday, but he's still going to go somewhere towards the Thursday or Friday area. I wouldn't turn him back around on Tuesday based on his health and how he looked and felt. So it was gutty for him. He did a great job of stepping up and giving us 8 outs. We asked for 9, so he owes me one.
No walks by your pitchers at all today. How do you feel about today's performance?
Oh, I thought it.
You guys have been struggling with kind of walking batters versus striking out batters.
Yeah, I mean it's a long season. It's an up and down season. We struggled there for about 3 weeks. I mentioned this before. Prior to those 3 weeks, prior to Washington State, I liked how the guys were throwing the ball. We were setting everything up the right way. So we went through a rough path. I talked to the offense right now. They're going through a little rough little time right now, but we just got to stick together, and they'll get out of it. They're good. Our pitchers are good. They'll get out of it. They did a good job, and I thought today was a lot of concentration by their part and making sure that they weren't gonna beat themselves, which was nice to see.
Yeah, and for you, Owen, one crucial strikeout, and you obviously got the win today, your 6th win. How do you feel like right now, and how do you feel going into the Pac-12 tournament?
I feel great. I mean, I think we've come a long way as a staff this year. We've had our ups and downs, and I've had that over the last 3 or 4 weeks too. So, I just tried to slow everything down a little bit this weekend, make sure I was in control of my body, and when I'm in control of my body, everything usually takes care of itself. So it's a really exciting win.
Owen, did you and the rest of the guys sense the importance of this weekend and just where you guys are currently in the standings right now in the tournament?
Yeah, I mean, personally, I don't look at the standings really ever, but we know what we have to do. Coaches make sure we are aware of that, but I mean, at some point it just has to elevate your game because that's the only way we're going to keep the season alive. So I think a lot of guys have done very good jobs of that.
Coach, aside from Curtis, those 4 hits, only 1 hit from the bullpen the rest of the game after that. What do you see from just the bullpen and those relief arms as a whole?
They attacked. They attacked today. They were in attack mode the whole time. We didn't have any walks, so we were forcing them to beat us. And I know the guys like Owen talking about not looking at the standings, but they understand the importance of the game. They understood what this means for us, our overall seeding, our overall resume, and I think they came with that type of focus, and that's what's going to be needed moving forward. Like I said before, the season's ups and downs. We go through our ups and downs, but I think we've put together a team that's capable of making a long run. And if we could get it all together, we're capable of making a long run. I love how our starters are throwing the ball. I wish Jesse Wainscott didn't ride scooters and he was still available, and I would feel really good about where we're at. But hopefully we could get a guy like Josh Hansel or Rogers to step up in that role. But, I like what our starters are doing. Obviously, the guy next to me and Piv, what he does in the back end, we need one more guy to step up, and I think we have a legit shot at this thing.
For both of you guys, seeing Nick McLean's at-bat and the struggles lately for him, how cool was that for him against his former team for him to do that?
Go ahead, O.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty awesome. Not many people get a chance to play against their old team, and for him to step up in that moment with the way he's kind of been struggling was huge, and I think that speaks to who he is as a player and the confidence he has in himself. Even when he's struggling pretty bad, he's still got that confidence to go up there and win a game for us. So.
Yeah, he's talented, so he's capable of doing that. I think he might have been pressing all weekend long, being that it's his former team, and he just came from there, and brother just made the big leagues, that graduated from there. It's a lot more that goes into these 18, 19-year-old kids' mind. So I think he was pressing a little bit, but he got a pitch he could handle, and And, he put us in front. We needed that badly.
What do you think about the pool play format and just kind of how positioned that you are for maybe having to play up to 5 games?
Yeah, we can't control that. I know based on how the timing of the Pac-12 tournament last year, they had to change that around a little bit. I think it could help your resume, which is good. I think that we definitely are guaranteed 2 games, and the best record, and then moves on. So I don't mind it. Like I said before with these guys, honestly, and I told these guys before, is honestly I think when we stopped playing the midweeks, we kind of fell off pitching a little bit. The sharpness of it. Everyone was talking about we get a chance to rest and our arms fresh. Well, the sharpness of this fell off a little bit. So I think all these guys have been in so many different roles, starters, closers, middle relievers, that I really don't mind it. I'm not, I think a guy like Hansel could start, could be in the middle of the game, Teeding, Giblin. I think the fact that they've done so much overall, I think it gives us a little bit of an edge.
Kind of going off of that, going into Tuesday, you see anybody as being unavailable, or is it just what the matchup?
Curtis would be probably the only one I would say unavailable, just to help, just to make sure you give him a chance to bounce back a little bit. They've done a great job. I mean, I wouldn't see us using Ross, but Ross did a great job of telling me this morning that, if he needs him, if we need him, that he's available. So I would imagine that those 2 guys will be the ones probably not available, but I wouldn't rule out Ross at all.
Yeah, for Owen, obviously when you came into the top of the 8th, it was a tie ball game, 1-1. What was kind of in your mindset, kind of going into this kind of crucial game that you guys needed to win?
Just to attack. I wanted to be ahead of hitters and go get way ahead. I think that puts me in the best position to succeed. So really just simplifying everything, just go get ahead. When I get ahead, go put them away.
And for you, Mr. Peraza, obviously we've seen many times that Owen is kind of the closer for this bullpen, obviously. So is he going to be your go-to guy for the future and for the Pac-12 tournament?
I mean, I think these guys kind of are starting to know their roles a little bit, so he knows that he's in there. Sometimes we got to use him earlier than before. I think one of the things he did really good today is we threw a little more off-speed pitches because they were trying to time up his fastball on Friday, and he was able to get those over. So I thought he did a good job of that. But, yeah, I think you guys could tell who we go to in the back end with Owen and Piv, and we hope to keep that game plan unless something changes, but that's the hope.
Coach, what does this say? I know you've called the team resilient at times. What does it say about the team to be able to have a pitcher's duel? And earlier in the season, you would be in these offensive slugfests, just the versatility and sort of adjusting to the game.
Yeah, I don't care how we win. We just have to win. I've told this to Coach before. It's no secret our ballpark is really offensive, and I tell our guys all the time, you don't have to be the best